Hi, I'm Glenn Simpson, and I've collected comics for over 40 years, and I'm showing off my collection one box at a time. Today we're going through box 12. We've got a lot of things in the AN section of the alphabet. It's kind of a different, lots of different things here, so hope you enjoy it. Please let me know, follow, subscribe, do all that good stuff, comment, let me know how you like it, and if there's anything that you would like to see that's in these packs that are in between that you'd like for me to pull out, I'll be happy to do another video on that. So let's go. All right, we're starting with Angela, Asgard's Assassin, issue number 1 from Kieran Gillen, as they brought that character into the Marvel Universe. And I've got that through issue 6 of that miniseries. Beautiful covers there. Got the Angel and the Ape miniseries from DC. 60s characters being brought back for a 4-issue miniseries. We've got issues 1 through issue number 4. Of note, they recently changed her name from Dumb Bunny to Tough Bunny, I think, because they were trying not to say that she was dumb, even though kind of that's her thing. We've got this Angel of the X-Men Marvel Knights miniseries, issue number 1, all the way through issue number 5. Not my favorite art, kind of stretched out. Let's see, then we get to everybody's favorite, Anima. This is her 0 issue from DC. Kind of a character we kind of saw for a while and disappeared forever. That's 0. And we have a bundle of issue number 1 of Anima through issue number 8 of Anima. Sounds funny when you say it. Anima. Number 9 of Anima through number 15 of Anima. And 15 was the last issue. Then we jump to, here's something a little more classic. Grant Morrison's Animal Man, starting with issue number 1. Great Brian Bolland art there. Continuing with all the way to issue 4. Moana Beast. Well enjoyed issue number 5 with kind of a Wile E. Coyote character in there. And we've got issue 8 with Mirror Master. We've got issue 9 when Animal Man has joined the Justice League. So they've come to reinforce the house. Martian Manhunter. Issue 12. Animal Man takes on the powers of some creature that reproduces quickly. If I remember correctly, kind of amoeba type of thing. 13. Return of the Moana Beast. So at some point he should become the Freedom Beast. 16. Justice League Adventure with the Time Commander. Elongated Man, Rocket Red, Metamorpho. Hey, upcoming movie. Got a animal cruelty and testing story here in Animal Man number 17. Kind of a brutal cover. And it all falls apart for Animal Man in Animal Man number 20. And he puts on a black suit, as you do, when everything falls apart, and goes after his enemies in issue number 21. got 24, kind of a classic issue. The fact that Psycho Pirate remembers the events of the Crisis of Infinite Earths kind of plays into this. Got number 25. That's either the last issue of Grant Morrison or close to it. There. And yes, so because when we jump to 32, we're into Peter Milligan. Is the pizza in the box, or is it not in the box? Schrodinger's cat, something like that. Issue 33. How could you do this to an eagle? Animal Man's not happy about it. Animal Man number 40. War of the Gods tie-in. There. Issue 41. Things have gone crazy. Chickens are hatching dinosaurs. Dogs and cats living together. Jumping to issue 48. Some kind of ooky monster. An old man's got to rescue his daughter from. 49. Riding a flea. That's what you do when you're Animal Man. Or Ant-Man. Or the Atom. Animal Man, flesh and blood. Animal Man gets sort of transformed into this creature. And looks like that for a while. '57. Is that right? Yep. 57. Animal Man does not like the meat market at their supermarket. Being a vegetarian. Issue 64 of Animal Man, the Vertigo series. Vertigo logo showing up as it did on the previous cover. Number 65 of Animal Man. Cruising right along. Still in the Vertigo. Through 72. Animal Man. Not there. 73. Looking like a critter. Through 80. Right there. Being cover looking very Vertigo. And we end Animal Man with 81. Shaman's Return. Again, very Vertigo. And the final issue of that is 89. There with the again very odd Vertigo-esque cover. We've got Animal Man Annual number 1, tie in to the Children's Crusade, sort of a Vertigo crossover right there. Then we jump to the New 52 Animal Man 0 from that series. Got Animal Man number 1 from that series. The New 52 through issue number 4. Kind of ugly. Got number 5. Things kind of zombieing out there through 8. Right there. I think I didn't get all of these when they first came out, so we've got a trade. Animal Man Volume 2, which collects some number of issues 9, 10, and 11. Probably some more than that. Of this Animal Man Swamp Thing crossover. Nothing to really look at on the back. Then we go to 12. Again, continuing the crossover. Swamp Thing guest starring through 16. Green Lantern guest star in there. This Rot World crossover. Issue 17. The finale of Rot World. This thing must have gone on for a while. Through 24. Animal Man. And number 25 of Animal Man. Through the final issue, I believe, of the New 52 Animal Man at 29. The family back together again. And I think the annual 1 was in that trade. So I've got annual 2. In the clutches of the Spider Queen. Jumping to something completely different. Annex was introduced in a Spider-Man annual. And he got a 4-issue series. Don't think we've seen much of him since then. Hey, but there's a Spider-Man appearance. We get to Annihilation. Now we're getting into where some of the Guardians of the Galaxy modern stuff was introduced. We got Annihilation 1 through Annihilation 6. Cool Nova cover there. Annihilation Heralds of Galactus. The Heralds teaming up to deal with Annihilation. Or to go against each other. Do something. Galactus right there. Annihilation Nova. There, another cool Nova cover. Annihilation Nova number 4. There. Annihilation Prologue, kind of a lead up alphabetically, but it's right there after Nova. Annihilation Ronan, known from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Much more detailed character in the actual Marvel Universe. 4. Looks like his hammer. Got a cool hammer. Ultimate weapon, unifying weapon, something like that. Annihilation Silver Surfer. Not my favorite. Silver Surfer can be kind of dry for me. I like the slot Silver Surfer. We'll see that later. 1 through 4 on that. Annihilation Nova Core Files. It's kind of a Marvel Universe continuation just for the characters that are taking part in this event. Got Annihilation Conquest. Phyla-Vell. That's the new Quasar. Star-Lord. Now we're really closing in on Guardians of the Galaxy. Here in issue 5 of Annihilation Conquest, which is the penultimate issue to issue 6, which is kind of considered to be the first Guardians of the Galaxy. We got Rocket, we got Star-Lord, we got Drax isn't in here, so you know it doesn't perfectly match, but the general idea. That's a big issue. Annihilation Conquest Quasar. Some more Phyla-Vell adventure tied up in that. The Dragon of the Moon there. She will get involved with Moon Dragon. That makes sense. from my Annihilation Conquest Wraith. This series got a bump because, retroactively speaking, it got tied into the whole Venom Null situation. There's some bad guys in here that were sort of retroactively stated to be part of that. So it was, prices went up on that after a while. Yeah, Annihilation Conquest Wraith number 4. More recently, Annihilation Scourge. Kind of just got this all bundled together. So that's Annihilation Scourge Alpha. There's some one-shots and things, including Annihilation Scourge Silver Surfer by Dan Abnett. You get all that, most of that original. We've got Annihilation 2099, so we've got kind of a 2099 version of the whole Annihilation thing going on. Nova 2099. What is the secret of Nova 2099? And it includes Dracula. Yes, that's right. In the far, far future of 2099, vampires have their own planets that they live on, which is good for the rest of us, I suppose. We have Annihilator's Earthfall, Beta Ray Bill, Wolverine. So this is kind of bringing the Annihilation stuff to Earth itself. Go from there through number 4. Got Old School Quasar. Always good to see. And Gladiator, Wolverine, all those guys. Then we're going to go to Ant-Man. Recent series, Nick Spencer. Mark Brooks covers. Love Mark Brooks. Beauty. Beauty. Ant-Man number 1. Oops. Through number 5 of this mini-series. Going on a fantastic journey, as it were. And then, oops, that series had kind of an annual. By the same writer anyway. Came out around about that time. We've got the next Ant-Man series with Scott and his daughter trying to get along through issue number 5 of that series. There. And we've got, what is, as of this recording, the latest version, which was Ant-Man another Ant-Man. This was Ant-Man number 1. It's kind of the sort of time-spanning adventure that includes all of the Ant-Men at various times, and thus showing all their various costumes in that way. So that's number 4. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Scott is teaming up with his, not his daughter, but with Hank Pym's daughter, written by Mark Waid. And they have their adventure through issue number 5. Then we have Ant-Man and Wasp. So this was, oh gosh, what's his name? The jerky guy that was Ant-Man for a while, and he's teaming up with Hank, who is going by Wasp because ex-wife Jan, who was the Wasp, had recently been killed, but you know she got better. I only have issue 1 of this. I got to get 2 and 3 of that series. Ant-Man and the Wasp. This is Scott and Jan teaming up. Got all these different combinations. There's been so many Ant-Men and a couple of Wasps and that sort of thing that you've got some different combinations for different storylines. Ant-Man Larger Than Life. One shot. There. Ant-Man. I think the formal title is Ant-Man: Last Days. So that's why it got stuck there. Another Mark Brooks cover. Beauty, beauty. And Ant-Man's Big Christmas. I think that's actually Hank and Jan. Get together at Christmas. Now for something different, we've got Apache Skies. Kind of a serious modern look at the Marvel Western heroes. That goes from issue number 1 through issue number 4. There. We've got, alphabetically speaking, the Ape-Ril Special from DC. Lots of monkey business. Sorry, couldn't resist. Then, if we're spelling it out, A-P-L-U-S-X, then next we get to A+X, which was kind of a Avengers and X-Men team-up book for individual Avengers, individual X-Men to team up. Here in the issue 1, we've got Hulk and Wolverine not fighting each other for a change. And we've got Spider-Woman and Kitty Pryde in issue 8, plus Deadpool and Hawkeye as well. We go to, then in issue 9, we've got Cap and Wolverine. And then you've got Doctor Strange and Eye-Boy right there from the X-Men. And then here we've got in issue 13, looks like they tried to start doing an actual like ongoing story with Cap and Cyclops right here. And I think that probably ran as the backup, so plus Cap and Cyclops. So in the main story though is Magneto and Superior Spider-Man, which is of course Doc Ock in Spider-Man's body. And that series ends with Vision and Kitty Pryde teaming up, which, you know, both of them have phasing powers, so that's pretty cool. Natural team up there. Then we go to some classic Aquaman. Make sure that there's not any, no, there's no Aquaman in the other box. Everything's in here. Aquaman 57, shortly after Black Manta killed Aquaman's son. I'm trying to get that trade paperback that goes back a few issues. Got that on my want list. That's number 57. We got 58 versus the Fisherman. Retelling the origin of Aquaman, apparently. So if you need an origin of Aquaman, there you go. 59. Still fighting the Fisherman. Aquaman stands alone. Number 60 of Aquaman original series. This is, of course, when it came back in the late 1970s. I think there was a lull, you know, it had gotten canceled for a while. Number 61, teaming up with Batman, battling Cobra. I think this might be one of the first times that Cobra had his own book. They got canceled, so then they started using him as a villain in other books. Number 62, right here. We're gonna mourn the loss of Arthur Curry Jr. Number 63, fighting the Ocean Master, as you do when you're Aquaman. There. We've got, then we jump, that was the last issue, so now we go to the next thing, which was this 4-issue miniseries in '86. We've just had the Crisis on Infinite Earths, so we can redo Origins, and this kind of gives him more of that mystical origin, and tries to give him a new suit. It doesn't really stick, but there's issue 1. There's issue 4. I liked the new suit. There's issue 4. That. And we had another 5-issue series. Kurt Swan art, famous for his Superman work. There, he's back in the orange and green. It's issue 1. Oops, and that goes through issue 5. Right there. Then we go to the next series that was out in '91. Kevin Maguire covers. The joke about these is that he looks like he's constipated on every cover. So there we have on issue 1. Once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. Issue 4, he looks constipated rather than him. There he's battling this Tritonus guy, or guy from Tritonus. Issue 5. Still trying to squeeze it out. Seeking Revenge. Aquaman 5. Issue 8. Versus I think this was the NKVDemon as opposed to the KG Beast. Got Batman guest starring there. And last but not least, we have number 9. Aquaman teaming up with the Sea Devils, and then that series ends. Yes, that series ends with issue 13 and fighting the Scavenger again. So that's that. And there we go. That was box number 12. Next box will be Lucky 13, which is all Aquaman all the time. So if you're an Aquaman fan, please be sure to come back for that. And I'm glad you were here, and I hope you have a great day.